The BBC has two new Doctor Who related releases out recently, and they are the Doctor Who Black Guardian trilogy and the Sarah Jane Adventures, the complete second season. Now, the Black Guardian trilogy is a lovely box set, and BBC does really great work with their Doctor Who projects. This is numbers 126, 127, and 128. Each of them is a 4-episode story arc. They each run a little over an hour and a half. So you're getting almost about 5 hours of material here. This story is from the Peter Davison years, which was 82 to 84, I believe. And I kind of like Peter Davison. I know he's not the most popular Doctor out there, but I kind of like the show during the cheesy, campy 80s era, and his kind of somewhat lighthearted performance, but not going as far as to be as goofy as Tom Baker was. I think this set is a little more geared for the die-hard fans. Some of the story is a little bit kind of incomprehensible, but as it goes on, it gets better because the events of the story start to reflect more on the story itself within the box set, not on previous events. So by the final series, which is called Enlightenment, where the Doctor and his friends all end up on a sailing yacht in a race, it's kind of a fun little campy adventure. I always have liked Doctor Who, but I'm not a die-hard fan, so whenever I get these classic DVDs to review, they're always a little bit hit or miss because sometimes I really enjoy them, I can really embrace the kind of goofy nature of them, and sometimes they can be a little bit on the dull side. This one is kind of right in the middle. It's a fun adventure. It's nothing particularly essential, but if you love Doctor Who, you really can't beat what the BBC offers up in these box sets. In terms of extra features, I mean, they're fantastic. You get commentary tracks on every episode. You get a making of featurette for each of the 3 different story arcs. You get deleted and extended scenes. You get outtakes. There's a couple of additional featurettes such as Origins of the Universe and the story of the Guardians and Finding Sarah Sutton. There's the usual stuff like the continuity material. There's isolated music track, DVD-ROM material, photo galleries, production notes. The picture and sound quality has been digitally remastered. I know it's not an extra feature, but it is a nice bonus for those of you who remember the show on TV. And on top of all that, there's a new feature-length edit of Enlightenment, which is the final arc, the one I like the best, and it features 5.1 surround sound and new computer-generated special effects. And that's pretty cool. That's a neat little extra feature. And that's the type of thing that BBC does that they don't have to do that really makes their Doctor Who releases so special. The Sarah Jane Adventures ranks as one of Russell T Davies' least successful efforts, in my opinion. I really love the revamped Doctor Who, the 21st century Doctor Who we've been getting for the past couple of years. I'm a huge Torchwood fan, and the Sarah Jane Adventures just doesn't quite do it for me as well. I know it's geared for an all-ages audience, and I don't know if that has anything to do with it, but Elizabeth Sladen overall, it just doesn't really grab me. I don't get as engaged in her adventures as I do in any of the other characters from the shows, Doctor Who and Torchwood. It's not a bad show. It's certainly entertaining. It's some fun science fiction. Having the kids along for the ride certainly gives it a little more all-ages friendly feel to it. Kind of a bit more like a Saturday morning cartoon brought to life. In this 3-disc set, you do get 12 episodes, which is great, and I'm sure that fans of the show are happy to have it on DVD since it's been about 2 years since the first series came out. And you do get a ton of extra features, as is no surprise, because BBC is excellent with their extra features. So you get interviews with cast and crew, you get a season synopses for all the stories, a gadget glossary, there's a quiz with a special footage prize at the end of it, there are character and alien profiles, a photo gallery, audio clips, TV spots, and trailers. So a lot of the extra features are a little bit on the fluffy side, and again, I think that comes from the fact that the show is geared more for all ages, but at least there's a lot of stuff that kids can dig through and have a little fun with. Ultimately, this is a nice collection for people who are already fans of the show, but if you're not, I can't say that I would really recommend that you rush out and pick up the Sarah Jane Adventures. It's a fun show, ultimately, that's a little bit on the fluffy side.